I know. He's running late.
But he's always here earlier than me.
Yeah. That's why I panicked when I got the message from him. That's like, crap, I got problems or something like that. Well, let me. Actually, I just realized I haven't signed into the messenger yet, so we're not live on the actual. Well, you're the only one that listens to it anyway, so it doesn't even matter that we're not
Really?
live. I don't know. I suppose other people possibly tune into the NHB streams.
Right.
I suppose it could happen.
Rico might listen.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll happen. I'm sure he's listening right now like, crap, why is Gators late? I've been waiting all week for this. Wow, you got the funniest joke this week.
Dude, it was it's been 2 seconds. We're not even live yet.
I know. Well, we're live on the Twitch and the YouTube. We're live where it counts. Is
Twitch.
all right. I need to rename last week's file to. All right, that was 1129.
You have to rename last week's file this week.
Yeah. Well, the encoder records outputs to a file as well. That's where I have all my archives for whenever I go back and clip funny things, and it just saves to a file that's called live.mp3.
Recently?
Yeah. Well, like what, 5 years ago when I did my last show ever, I clipped a few.
This is why on Twitch they have the little clip button, so other people can do it for you. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean that's there too. See, YouTube and Twitch both save show recordings. That includes the video, but I keep all the audio on my hard drive, and I'm only missing a few years worth. But I have a lot of audio.
I'm sure Mod Pro has a plethora of clips from the Gators and Brian show.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but if you go and you pull up my audio archive of November's 8th show, it sounds a little off. And I mentioned this already, but this was 4 weeks ago, the NHB stream sounded like this for the show. I'll just cue up a spot in the middle here. We'll see what we get. But that I've said too much. As usual, I've said too much. And speaking of saying too much, I talked to Emily this past weekend. That's all I'm going to say about that. Why does it have to be that moment of the show?
I don't know. I didn't do it.
So I don't even know if they're all the same model or not, because I can't really...
Well, anyway, the point is the whole show just streamed from my webcam mic, meaning it was just 2 hours of me talking to myself.
You know what? That was probably the best show ever.
Rico was like, damn, Gators is really on his game today. This whole, like...
Right there.
That was the week that it was revealed that I have no co-hosts. It's all in my head.
Whoa.
I've just been doing a show of me talking to myself to the voices in my head for 2 hours every week.
Mm-hmm.
That's...
And you're really not sending it to Twitch or Winamp. You're still sending it to the Live 365 feed.
Right.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's okay. So yeah, Brian wrote back, crap, I'll get there when I can. Got issues. And then he sent me a face that has like swirls for eyes and a wavy line for a mouth.
His computer or the other half?
I don't know. I assume he's on the can with diarrhea. That's what I'm going with.
Well, poor Brian.
And since he's not here to say otherwise, that's what we're going with.
It's okay, Brian. Just push, and
Well,
get a magazine.
Well, with the diarrhea, you don't really have to push. It just kind of comes right. You just have to release or relax once you're seated.
You have to push, Gators. You can't leave
Depends on the diarrhea. Sometimes you have the diarrhea where you're basically holding, running. You sit down and you just stop holding and it just falls out. You know?
Well, I've never had that.
You've never had that where it's just like,
whoosh. You have to give it the initial start.
I guess technically the muscle movement of unclenching also does have some muscle movement that might count as pushing.
First thing you do, you run to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Make sure there's toilet paper. First thing you do with this one. Seriously.
Oh yeah.
Because have you ever had that problem and then look over there and say, "There's no
Oh
roll,
shit.
There's no roll, and there's none underneath the sink." Who could I call?
I remember one time. You know, that's what siblings are for, I think, and you know.
And then they laugh at you. How urgent do you need this?
I think I laughed at them more often than they laughed at me. I to be honest, in all honesty, I do recall at least one time that I was in the middle of something and I could not be bothered. And I think my poor sister was screaming for toilet paper for 5 minutes. And I'm like, would you shut up? I'm trying to concentrate here.
Gators,
She's like, give me some.
Gators, just remember, do unto others as they've done unto you.
Well, fortunately.
Which means she would have done the exact same thing to you.
Fortunately, she has not had the opportunity to pay me back quite as awful.
Well,
because
Christmas break, so.
What ended up happening was I think there was one time where one of my sisters was had forgot to check, and someone left a newspaper on the back of the toilet, and this was a case where I was not the only one home alone, and I think me and my other siblings are like arguing over, you get it, no you get it, no you get it, you know, like I got it last time, you know, this is how lazy we were, and so finally she gave up and used the newspaper, and that. So Doom wants to know how we're going to agitate without, you know, Brian being here, and Mod Pro's in the house. Yo, hello Mod Pro. Hello. But you know, I think it's time. We're going to go ahead and we are going to turn up the fader. And then we're going to, once again, open up the show because it's everyone's favorite internet radio show.
Insert title here.
The show that changes names so frequently, we put a placeholder in and then stop changing it. And I'm here. Mars is here. And Brian is... all he said was... I'll get there when I can, got issues. Now, when someone types got issues without elaborating, that instantly means diarrhea in my book. That's right? I mean, Mars, is that where you mind went to when I first read it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I think we're in agreement here. And OX64 is in the house. So if you were cursed by some evil force and had to choose to either have the very acidic burning runs for the rest of your life or the agonizing constipation for the rest of your life, what would you pick? That's well, you know, now acidic really kind of makes the runs awful because not only do you not have any control and have to excuse yourself frequently and have to be willing to take whatever bathroom is available to you at any moment, but then also there's the burning you got to live with. So that's like the double whammy. The agonizing constipation, I got to say, there are times where you struggle, you push, it's done, and then you wipe and there's nothing. Like no wiping needed. That is a nice bonus. That's to the
break, sir.
Clean break. Now Mod Pro here just finished dinner, so
it's okay. I'm eating right now, so.
Of course you are.
Hey, you're gonna keep me captain for 2 hours. I gotta put something in my stomach. Just saying.
Mod Pro writes in. Let's see. Of course, watching the Bounty Hunter dude, and of course Johnny. Favorite show is the Dune show. And Dune wrote in big poop with the poop emoji.
So my answer will be the constipation, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
If it doesn't go anywhere and you keep putting stuff in, you're gonna blow up. So less agony in the end. Because you're gonna take less time to expire.
I mean, the constipation gives you control over when you're going to go, so you don't have to just run off, and you get the clean break, less clean. Yeah, I think, given the choices, especially since the runs is acidic in this choice.
Go
ahead.
I'll tell you one other thing, Gators.
Yeah.
You could after you go, you can sit down with one, and you can't sit down with the other.
Yeah. OX64 writes in, I am eating right now too, while the sixth scenario came to mind. And Mod Pro is eating pie right now. Chocolate mousse, by any chance?
Banana cream?
No, cherry pie with whipped cream.
I approve.
I can't do anything with that.
Is Dune over hanging out with you?
Dune wants me to turn you up. I've already.
I can get closer to the mic.
Yeah.
Better?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Sorry, my mic was kind of far. Because I'm
Okay.
chewing, so I'm trying not to chew crackers in the mic.
And I could bring my mic back a little bit. I think that evens us out a little.
Mm-hmm.
And Skype is up. And you know what? I think I may have to rethink this whole Skype is up thing, because yes, Skype is up. Yes, Skype works, and yes, people could dial in to the phone number, which also come through Skype. But I saw an interesting video today. Did you realize that the CEO of Skype put a little promo together a while back? I missed this when it originally happened, but No, the CEO of Skype, he wanted to, say a little thanks to everyone for their years of support and always being there and always picking Skype as their favorite video service. And I thought that was really a nice thought to put that video together. It didn't quite come out with what they had in mind, though. So here's what I saw today. So we'll just here we go.
Hey, boss, we were talking, and this feels like something we could always...
America.
Here we go.
Don't you fucking look at me. Hi, America. I'm the CEO of Skype, Landon Bablandon Anavan. Over a year has passed since the first case of COVID-19 was recorded in America, ushering in a new age of personal and professional challenges, where video conferencing services would be the lifeblood of our society. To everybody out there watching this, I just want to say, from the bottom of my heart, fuck you and double fuck your stupid Zoom account. Terry, let me get my fucking point out for a second. What the fuck is Zoom? What the fuck is Zoom? What is that? We have been here since the beginning, and you cannot tell me that all these people out here didn't switch on purpose just to fuck with me. As God is my witness, you ungrateful fucks, I will have my revenge! Skype has been there from the very beginning, giving you video calling before you even knew you wanted it. And if you haven't used Skype recently, for some reason, who knows what, know that we've got everything you need, like custom backgrounds, okay? And an end call button, and get this, a different corner. Because apparently that's a real deal breaker for some of you. That's the stuff that really matters. It must be, because why else would you fuck us in the ass like this, you disloyal snake? Just calm down, calm down. You were already using Skype as a verb. Do you know how big of a milestone that is? When the company name actually becomes the word. Like, people don't search for things, they Google them. You were Skyping. That's the whole fucking ball game, baby. That is the crown in your hands. You had our app on your phone. You had our name in your mouth. We were at the finish line. And then we fucking face planted. Where did we go wrong? What can Zoom do that Skype can't?
Well, Zoom can support up to 1,000 callers.
1,000? Why would you want to be on a call with 1,000 people? I don't know 1,000 people, let alone want to talk to them. What I mean to say is, Skype still offers the video tools for all your needs. Why settle for anything else when you can have the original? But really, why? Why would you do that? Why? We at Skype will always be here for you to give you the tools you need.
Okay, that was great. Can we try one that's maybe a little brighter?
No, we at Skype will always be here for you to give you the tools you need to succeed. Even if you drop us like a hot sack of shit for some pretty young thing that just sauntered in. Woohoo, I'm Zoom. You Leonardo DiCaprio'd us. That's what you did. You're a bunch of DiCaprios. DiCaprio. Hydrox came before Oreos. Did you know that? Hydrox came before Oreos. Betamax came before VHS. GoBots came before Transformers. Are we GoBots? You all had us already. So this is war. You don't walk down the street and spit in a man's eye and not expect him to drop from the ceiling of your bedroom in the middle of the night and slit your throat. And I'm not saying that as a threat. Legal. I can find it in myself to forgive you. If you left, you can come back, no questions asked. And to those of you who never left, thank you. We are so glad to have you, and we're so excited to announce that as a reward for you staying, we're going to shut down immediately and start selling t-shirts. Do you see how insane that sounds? To betray you out of nowhere? How does it make you feel? DiCaprio! You know, it's funny, the other day my mom sent a little email out saying we should set up a family Zoom. My mom. Hi, my name's Landon Anavan, and I'm here to tell you that please do Skype or I'll die. And now people want to Zoom? I got to Zoom. Oh, I have to Zoom my uncle about cleaning out his garage this weekend. And now we got Microsoft, they're going to erase us. We're going to become part of Microsoft Teams. That's even worse than Zoom. Teams. I have to Teams my orthodontist about my adult braces when you could be Skyping your hot fuck partner. Skype. Sounds cool. Sounds like opening a can. Skype. Let me Zoom you. Is any of this usable?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. Well, let me know. We can set up a Zoom later if we... Fuck! Skype! Skype!
So there we go.
That was pretty good.
Perhaps I've made a mistake in thinking along the lines of, oh, I should bring back the Skype because that's what we use to take our calls. What, all the cool kids these days, they're using the Discord now, right? So I guess I'd have to set up and to me it never made sense because Skype was voice instant message. You call us, we take the call, it's here. Whereas Discord, it's a chat room. It's an audio room. It's both. But I don't want a room. I want to take callers control. So then I had to set up like a controlled room in Discord. This doesn't seem convenient to me. I don't understand why Discord is the better option for taking audio interaction from listeners on the show than Skype. But Microsoft just really destroyed everything that was good about Skype.
I'm gonna say, Microsoft is wonderful. I have 3 versions of Skype and 2 versions of Teams on my computer. I just installed it. Yeah, I have Skype for Windows. That comes in the Windows Store. That comes with Windows. You can't right click and actually hit the call button. You actually have to enter on it and then tab down or find the little call person button instead. And it takes 10 times longer to do something. Kind of retarded. There's Skype for Desktop. I never use it, but it's there. And then there's Skype for Business. And Skype for Business comes with my office, my office, Microsoft
Skype
Office.
for Business is rebranded as Skype.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's 3 versions of Skype. 3 versions
Right.
of Skype. And then I have Teams, the regular version of Teams for desktop, And then Teams now comes with Windows 11, which is a Teams consumer version. So it's actually a little chat button in the bottom of your screen now, in the middle of the screen. You click on that, and you can chat people, and you can call people that way. So 2 versions of Teams, 3 versions of Skype. Microsoft, you are everywhere, and you want to control everything. You know what? I have to say the only version of Skype I use is Skype for Windows, because I don't open it very often. And Teams, I have it because I need to learn it, and once in a while people call me on Teams, but not very often. But I have to tell you, I do Zoom with my family.
Okay. Well, I also I Zoom with my in-laws because I do a Zoom call every other weekend, but they set that up. Now, Sorok Sedmaj wrote, "We lost mooning in Skype after MS." Mooning in Skype, is that code for something, or is that showing your butt on the camera on a Skype call? Did Microsoft put a butt filter in or something, or is mooning something else?
I don't.
I'm sorry, but if you tell me that you're mooning in Skype, I think you're showing your butt to someone on the camera. That's
Is that illegal? I guess you can.
It depends on. Well, I mean, the person has to accept the call.
Do people moon show gators?
No one's ever mooned the show. I mean, it's legal to whip it out on chat roulette, apparently. So I which is why I never installed chat roulette. I've only heard about that. Yeah. But if I'm doing ready to get hashtag butt filter.
Yes.
Sorok wrote in, "It's emoji classic." Oh, I guess there was a moon emoji in Skype that Microsoft removed, which I know emoticons is what emoticons is a big deal because there's like a company that controls that, and there's only so many emoticons you can have.
Why emoji?
Right.
Corporation or something.
And there are some people that are like, really? We're introducing a new line of poop emojis? Really?
Yes.
And me, I'm like, hell yeah, more poop emojis. Although I don't really use emoticons all that much.
There's emoji in your Twitch chat. They people can do their little emoticons in there.
So if I type in the word poop, will that make the emoticon come up for poop? No, it just makes it say the word poop. How do I even make that happen?
I don't know if you have to have a bot or something that does it, but I know in Dune, on the 5-hit Dune, I can type in cat jam and it brings up a cat. And there's a bunch of them. There's a toast one.
Let's see. OX64 wrote, emojis are Amazon Twitch has made $1 gazillion out of charging peoples for them. Back in the 90s, we had them for free. I only use free emojis, and I don't even really use those all that much. And I gotta tell you, I mean, I understand the concept of emojis, and I have nothing against them. And maybe once or twice I've used them. I mean, I'll throw a little thumbs up on something. I think I like the thumbs up in Teams. And the reason I like that is because if someone writes something and I need to acknowledge it, but I really have nothing to say to that person, I could just put a thumbs up for that thing that they wrote to me. You know, just kind of let them know, yeah, good, thanks. Conversation's done now. Thumbs up. And I mean, thumbs up is such a friendly way to tell someone to fuck off, isn't it? I mean, that's really what it is.
You know what? That's because you don't have the middle finger up button. Because if you had the middle finger up button, Gators, that would be used a lot more.
That would be a problem if Teams for Business came with a middle finger option.
You know what? April Fools, just do it.
Yeah.
Do it, Microsoft. Just do it. We want to see how many times people use it. It means you're number one. That's thumbs up. It's just fingers up. Dude apparently
not a fan of the thumbs up. He just wrote no thumbs up. I think I've thumbed up Dune on Facebook Messenger at least once.
It's Pokemon.
Well, no, like he would message you there, like if I'm like not at the show 15 minutes early, and I just send back a thumbs up, which is a way to say yes, affirmative, everything's cool, without actually having to form any words.
Me 15 minutes early because I just ignore that.
No, Dune messed it up. He meant well, he's typing it now, but I guess he's cool with the thumbs up. But yeah, no, I mean, like I said, it's someone writes something, you need to acknowledge like a nod or okay, but you really just don't want any more dialogue to come out of that acknowledgement. You just thumbs up the comment and go on with your day. Wow. Thank you, no thank you. it's what the thumbs up means.
Wait, I think I got a thumbs up from Dune on Twitter once. What does that mean?
That means thank you, no thank you.
Great.
No, actually, I think I got the inflection wrong. Thank you. No, thank you.
Oh, there you go.
Because he emphasized the you on that. See, is that it? Thank you. No, thank you. It's kind of like the whole, like, the thank you back to a thank you.
Comma or something in there after no.
Now, if I got it wrong again, we're going to have to Skype Dune. And see if
Dude, make sure the fan is on this time. Poor dude.
That's okay.
Just a potty.
Well, maybe Skype will. You know what? That could be true because Skype is desperate, and they may just implement a smell vision addition to the Skype to try to get the edge on Zoom.
That is not the upgrade.
Which would backfire once I realize most Skype calls are made from the can. But
are they? I don't Skype people from the can. I WhatsApp people from the can, so it's a quick message.
Yeah.
But I don't Skype.
You know what? But I am, after I saw that video today, it hit me, and I'm starting to feel like the way about Skype that I kept Pigeon with my MSN Messenger and AOL Instant Messenger accounts logged in for at least a number of years without ever receiving any messages on that app. I think it reached a point where only Addie was still using AOL Instant Messenger, and that was just because
Almost to the end.
Well, you too, yeah, but we didn't usually. I mean, I guess we talked some on AOL Instant Messenger.
I didn't talk about subjects. That's all.
Right, but well, I mean, I guess the reason why you stuck with AOL Instant Messenger is you don't give out your Facebook to anyone but family.
I follow Dune at least, so.
Oh, and what am I? Chopped liver?
Well, you do have 2 cats. So that's a plus.
I think I did actually finally find and friend requested you on Facebook, and you just pocket vetoed that one.
I honestly didn't see that. No.
Sure, yeah. Okay, I'm sure.
It's okay. I wouldn't follow medicine either, so that helps.
Now Sorok points out another one, ICQ, which the second iMac I bought, when I turned it on, an ICQ login screen automatically came up, and I was like, "Oh wow!" I thought that was going to be the big one.
Mine was 2455042. That was my number.
I never memorized. Yeah. I never memorized my number,
that's the reason I memorized it.
But I knew it was based on a number, and I knew that
based on a number.
Well, everyone had their ICQ number that they could paste into something, but you could set your username to be whatever you wanted it. I think.
Oh, I never got that far. I would use it at the beginning.
I used it for at least a year because, well, I mean, I had it
around. They're still updating it.
Is it?
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, I wonder if I could get into my ICQ, if I could even do a password reset.
You just want to go uh-oh and honk people with the stupid Auga button.
You know what? I don't know if I ever converted my ICQ email address off of my college email address, so I might be stuck as far as my original ICQ login.
Yahoo account. I could probably set it up, but
I mean, if I converted it over from my LVC account to my Yahoo, I'd have to get into my Yahoo. But if I haven't changed the email address on it, that college email address is long gone. There's no way I'm gonna change the email address if I can't prove.
Right now, you probably have like a 50-digit number. It's been that long.
Yeah, but no, I thought ICQ had a lot of features that the others didn't have, but AOL really
people and scare the crap out of them. It was fun.
I think the whole AOL Instant Messenger ICQ is kind of a demonstration of it doesn't matter who has the best product. It's all about the widespreadness and marketing and the simplicity and I mean you just a lot of people automatically had it. A lot of people had AOL dial-up, so they automatically had it. There was something universal about it, something simple about it, and everyone just had it. ICQ. Remember what I liked about ICQ? I didn't really like it. It was cool. And after a few times trying it, was like, yeah, this is weird. Let's go back to the normal one. You could set up a chat window. I think both you and your friend had to set up the chat window this way, that you basically were typing messages into your own window, and you could see the field as you're typing in. So I could see my friend type something in backspace and type something in backspace and then hit enter. And that's nice because I tell you, there are times where you're just staring at that animation and you know they're typing and it's like, what in the fuck are you typing? Just enter something. Just push enter something. I'm waiting here 5 fucking minutes. Are you still typing? And Emily is classic for that. I mean, she'll but
people would have hated me. I started typing something and leave for like an hour and come back, you know.
And then we got OXS4 ready again mode, hashtag Johnny Gators plus 5 hit dude. Was that is that IRC code there?
Yeah, because he's opping him.
Well, you see, I never got ops in anything, so I got kick banned is what I would get. I'm quite familiar with the kick ban command as a recipient.
I got plus V's a lot. I never got plus V's.
Yeah, you always had. Well, the thing is that the plus V was only relevant in channels that were set to what is it, silent voice only.
Yeah, voice only.
Because which Sailor Moon was not a voice only channel, but it was so there was no hiding or secret or trying to. It was blatantly we said you're special. There was definitely a class hierarchy and class structure that existed among the peons and dumbasses, and Sir Mars was there too, who was a nice guy. The rest of those people could all go fuck themselves. But
I don't know. I just want people trusted for some reason. I never gave them a reason to. They're like, yeah, we'll give you voice or we'll give you ops. I'm okay, whatever.
and OX64 just K-lined me.
Oh, no. I approve. Oh dear.
Oh man, yeah, but Mars and I kind of knew of each other back in the IRC days before Mars wrote into my show, and that is hilarious because I repeated something that this girl we both knew named Tams said once, and Mars recognized the quote. And it blew my mind that such an obscure reference would actually be picked up on by a listener. So I said my eyes are blinded by the bright green text because there was you did not. IRC had the capability of setting different colors.
Yes.
But that was considered in bad form to do unless you checked with the room, because most rooms are like, I don't want that fucking shit in here. This ain't Vegas. This is a white screen with black text. You go take your colors. You put those. You take those someplace else.
If someone did ASCII art and it had colors and other crap in it, you're sitting there. You're just banned for like an hour or two. You're gone. Bye.
Oh yeah. No, they
bye.
like we're
giving would have kicked you right then.
We're giving you an hour to figure out what you did wrong before we let you come back in here.
Pretty much.
I remember there was this French Canadian that stumbled into a room one day, and I think he was an older guy, in his 40s or 50s. Damn, I can't say older guy in 40s now, can I?
No, because honestly, the old people are now in their 60s. That's
right.
the sad
He's
part.
he's
60.
yeah, right. But he was, older than me, and but he was one of these guys that's like, hey, this is cool, making friends and practicing my English, because he's trying to brush up his English, and so he's like un beer. And makes this nice tall image of a like a mug, frosty mug with the yellow blocks, whatever text, because there's a text ASCII text that's just a block of color, so you set it to yellow and you use that. So he basically made this tall mug of beer that's filled with this foam on the top from different ASCII art.
Yeah, they looked really nice. People were really good at ASCII art. I gotta say,
right.
There were some really good ASCII arts.
But it was basically a script that made you enter like 25 lines of text in a chat room at once, and basically wiped all the chat out to put this big ass fucking beer mug in the middle of the chat room. Yeah. So that's the type of thing that, as well-meaning as he was, and as cool as it was, it's disruptive if people are trying to chat. Of course, the problem with this is that no one ever chatted in the Sailor Moon chat room. They idled. So, I guess some chatting happened.
That's because they just leave it on, go to work, and do their own thing, then come
home.
Oh, yeah.
There are three holdouts there still, I think. What is it? Yillis is still sitting in there. Panadero, and Buckminst, whose real name is Curtis. I think those are the three last loners that still, probably to this day, it's probably been a number of months since I popped in and checked, but every time I go in, those three are still sitting there idling.
You know what? It probably is. There's probably just a Linux machine with them idled, honestly.
They probably have the same problem Rico had. They put a new wall in at some point, and then they realized, wait a minute, where did I put that machine? Oh shit!
I left it at university 6 years ago. Oops. They haven't rebooted it since. It's Linux. It doesn't need to be rebooted.
That's probably it. That's probably what happened. Because I basically would every now and then, just out of curiosity, bring up the IRC chat room, leave my computer on for a few weeks, and type in there every day like, "Hello, anyone still here? Hello?" And none of them. Now, mind you, I went in with my proper screen name for the Sailor Moon chat room of Kate Tell, so maybe that's why they're not replying to me.
All those people on IRC are now on Discord.
Now, Sorok. Go ahead.
Other things.
Sorok writing, why so low viewers? Here's so cool. Well, people got to spread the word. They got to spread the word, man. But we're here every Monday, 8 to 10 Eastern, doing this thing here. And I pop in on the weekends sometimes to do a little surprise stream. So, sign up to get alerts and stop by. And OX64 also puts the truth of it there, because Twitch likes to promote girls in hot tubs doing nothing interesting instead of cool channels like this. I could put in a hot tub. Are you
going to put a hot tub in there, Gators?
I don't think the cat would like that too much, though.
I don't know. Give her a little floaty.
She's a little disappointed that we switched to a fake tree for Christmas last year, because she keeps going under the tree looking for her water bowl. Because any vessel that has water in it is clearly an extra cat water bowl as far as she's concerned.
I think I'm sure you could get tree stands that have the little moat around them.
I mean, I guess I could put water in the base that the tree, although I don't know about that. There's actually not much wiggle room for her to get in and drink out of there.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, now Sorok asking, Lumish, what? Yes, she is. I guess you watch her streams. So that's cool. So anyways, what I was saying, oh yes, so this French Canadian had the beer mug ASCII text, and I guess he set up a script to, he must have had a kid that showed him how to do this, and he thought, that's cool. I'm going to go into every random chat room. I'm going to go into every random chat room I can find and give beers away, and I'll be really cool because everyone loves free beer. You know me. I'm easygoing. I don't care about the bright yellow colors and the lines of text flooding the chat room. So he also did a who is on me, and so I was in the Sailor Moon chat room. So he came into the Sailor Moon chat room and offered everyone a free beer. And I think about 3 lines of the beer mug got out before he was kick banned for an hour.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there was a lot of really good scripts from MRC at the time. I used one called Peace and Protection. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot. It gave you tons of right clicks and do everything else. And I could paste and put ASCII arts, which I promptly went in and deleted that because that did not need to ever happen.
Right.
But yeah.
So
a lot of people that work really hard on scripts.
Right. And so, but that was the type of thing that, some people in the Sailor Moon chat, they just want their black and white text. We're here for chat. This ain't for fun. We're not here in a Sailor Moon chat room for fun. We're here for the black and white text without it. And I get it. If you go to, it's one of those things. You give an inch, someone takes a mile. So you say, yeah, it's okay. Type with a color now and then. It probably wouldn't be a problem. But then everyone's typing in all colors all the time. You get blinking text in. And there are some chat rooms you go in there and it's just a scrolling billboard that looks like Las Vegas invaded the chat room.
Oh, yeah.
So every now and then someone would come in not knowing the rule, type in green text, and everyone would shout at this person, and they just be and this is why it's hard for outsiders to break into an established chat room, because there's no forgiveness.
And Gators, for dear God's sake, what you do, you go in there and you go on your folders with all your sounds and rename BarbieGirl.mp3. Just always rename that. Never let them know the actual name. Because that will be good. When we started that, when that came out, that was playing, I guarantee you, about 50 times a day.
Ugh. I hate that song.
I don't have a problem with the song,
but
just don't.
But
you'd be sitting there all of a sudden. I'm like,
but I do remember at least one time Tams was like, my eyes are blinded by the bright green text, and I thought that was pretty humorous, given that very well summed up the attitude towards colored text in the chat room.
Yes.
And so I repeated that line. I guess she must have said it more than once because you recognized it.
I recognized it. Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Funny thing is that after years of not speaking to me, she reached out to me one night. This is back when I was living in California. She's like, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm doing good. Who is this? The screen name seems familiar. It's Tams." "Oh, wow. Hey, I got engaged recently." And she congratulated me and never heard from her again. So I'm not saying she finally got desperate enough to go, well, hey, you still into me? But I
figured she'd be married to Harold or something by now or something.
Dude, Harold doesn't want her. Harold does not want Tams. Harold married what's her face? Lady Saturn. Amber.
I'm gonna tell you though, Tams was a little psycho, so
little?
I don't.
Dude, I watched the girl cut her arm bleed in front of me, and it had.
But that releases Gators. No,
she
that's creepy. That's creepy.
She had to go get stitches.
Yeah, I know. She had some problems.
Hotel staff want to know what happened. Oh, I knocked over the sewing kit and all the half-healed lines of cuts from me cutting myself last week. Those were all the pins kind of scratched me, and the fresh cut from the scissors also was where the scissors fell and it fell.
Dude, surprised she didn't get to a mental ward for a while, honestly.
This story is why when I said, hey, I met this nice girl on the internet named Kristen and we're going to come over and I'm going to introduce her to you, is when my sister said, I'm putting a lock on my door. Some of the stories I hear about the girls you meet online, I don't want anything to do with this. It's like, no, it's not like that.
No, this is better. She has a car.
This one's the one to bring home. I didn't bring the others home. I left them in the chat rooms.
Dear God.
Anyway, Surak is at 4:45 a.m., so is going to go. Ed is in Russia. So thank you for joining us, Surak.
Yeah.
You have a good rest, and you have a nice.
5 a.m. is about right time to take a nap. I think that's good.
Oh, X64 writes in, I miss those crazy women's from IRC. I don't. I got nothing but grief from them. That's the thing. Tams and I had a love-hate type of thing. I wanted
to love-hate with everybody, Gators. It wasn't
right.
just you.
But on her side, it was all hate. It was, but she kept talking to me.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was really stalling, hoping that Brian would get here before I actually brought out. He's still on the shitter, man. He's still, he's got the yeah. I guess he's still. You know what? He must have forgot to check if there was toilet paper first, and he's waiting for the missus to come home with the toilet paper to hand him a roll, so he could.
He's summoning Amazon right now and seeing
if he just installed a bidet like I told him to years ago.
Well, I don't do that. That's too much water. We can't have that much water in the Bay Area, Gators. It's too much.
Dune writing in, did you ever see or hear that person? Which person? Tams? Well, I was with her in person when she cut herself. I drove up to Anime North for an anime convention to meet Tams and take her to dinner. And
he doesn't care about anime, he just wanted to meet Tams.
Right. And she brought a date along on our dinner because Tom was there with her that weekend.
Yeah.
Who was totally not her boyfriend. He was actually her bitch, but that was but she insisted she insisted that she did not love Tom and was not with Tom in that way. Tom was totally trying to get with her, and I came up there because I was totally trying to get with her, but Tom wouldn't leave her alone, and I'm like, dude, and so she's like canceling our dinner, like, dude, well, she got pissed off that other people in her group of friends were hooking up and not paying attention to her because she likes to be the center of attention. And so that's when she was like, Anime North is apparently a big hookup fest, although
Gators,
not for me.
Gators, it's called a convention. You know how many times I go to cons and they'd all be, one of them would have the hotel room in the hotel that the convention's in. And you'd be like, yep, we're going upstairs, and they wouldn't be able to make it up the elevator, honestly.
If I had game, I would have ditched Tams and gone and picked up someone else. Be like, yeah, I'm totally into that Sailor Moon. Sailor Mercury. She's the smart one. They couldn't decide whether to stick with the blue here or the green here. You ever notice that inconsistency? I did. And what was the deal with Chibi Chibi? Does she know how to say anything else? I mean, and I would totally sound like I know what I'm talking about. And they'd be like, oh my God, let's go back to your room so you could shut the fuck up.
Wow.
Yeah, in my that's how that goes down in my mind.
Wow.
I don't think that's really how no. I'm going to go over here now. You stop following me. It's more likely how that's going to go.
Well, I just talked to people. I didn't want to take them up to the room. It's just like, dude, whatever.
I was not trying to get anyone in my room, and I was there to take Tammy to dinner because it's
a long trip to go to dinner. I'm just saying.
And it was a long trip to go to dinner and have her bring a date along. So she got pissed off about like these people hooking up or something. I didn't quite follow completely what was going on, and so she said, right, Tom, get my stuff. I'm going. Take me home. Now, mind you, Tom lived in Michigan. She lived in London, Ontario?
I think so.
So Tom drove from Michigan up to London to bring her to Toronto. And so basically she's like, let's leave this convention early so that you can bring me back to London and then drive your happy ass back to either Michigan or back to the convention if you care.
So who got it worse? You or Tom? That's the problem. She was the one leading Tom on.
Oh, Tom got it worse.
He got it worse, man. That
the other thing is though is that but Tom lived closer to her, so he could actually go to her, and Tom had benefits.
Mm-hmm.
She was totally fucking Tom, and she told me this too. I think she told me this after the convention.
Oh.
I thought they were
'cause-
just friends, but then at some point it came out that no, and then she made a point to let me know that, when I scream out to him that I love him after we're done having sex, I have to clarify to him I just yell that during sex. I don't really love you. But and this is the girl I was trying to hook up with.
Dude. I just called her once. Damn, that's all I did.
You just
And I used a freaking free MCI card thing they gave me at college.
I'm sorry. You said you told us she was nuts. Did you not realize how nuts she was?
No, Gators. There's a reason I only called her.
Mm.
I didn't want the crazy. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. When her mom says she's a little off, then you got to wonder.
Well, her mom never told me she was off. Her mom was trying to encourage me to,
Yeah, she was trying to.
I think her mom wanted me to kind of, get together with her.
I think her mom wanted anything for Tammy not to be in her hair. Honestly, that's my real thought. But
I never knew Stella that well. I mean, we chatted some online, but anyways, but so she's pissed. Take me home, Tom. And I said, wait, you're leaving? Because mind you, I drive up here so that we would go get dinner that evening. I thought, we'd actually have a date, a sit down, get dinner. And I was very clear that was my intentions to drive up there, and that if she was going to back out or cancel or was not interested in this, tell me now before I drive up there and go to all this effort. I'm not trying to be an ass about it, but it's, hey, so so anyways, I'm like, you're leaving? And she goes, yeah. And I'm like, what about our dinner tonight? She's like, well, screw that. That's not important. I'm like, I drove, hundreds of miles to be here. And that's when she got angry at me and said, you know what? And she grabbed the scissors, and that's when she sliced her arm open.
like, well, they got meat stitches. I mean, I guess it's better arm than mine, but damn. Girl.
Mind you, she did that on the arm that had all the scars on it because she had been cutting herself.
Oh, yeah, she cut herself.
And she wouldn't talk about it.
No.
Except that she told me she was doing it. But if you so
yeah.
Now Dune wants me to get Tams on for an interview.
If you do that, I am leaving the room right now. I will be listening, but I'm leaving the room right now if you do that.
I'm telling you, if I get her on, so let's talk about the time you cut yourself. I don't think she's going to stay on the line.
What, yesterday? What?
All right, Dune. Tell you what, you find her, I'll interview her. You get on your show.
On your show.
Tammy Ashcroft, London, Ontario. You go find her.
That's on Twitter. OX64's got to find her first. Who's going to get her?
I don't know. She's going to make me come off really bad in that interview, though. Like I was some kind of crazy stalker dude on the internet that drove all the way up to Canada to try to get with her. And the thing is, though, is that she didn't tell me to fuck off. She hinted at me to fuck off, but then she told me she was going to go to dinner with me. Mixed signals. If I was smart, I would have just stayed away.
She didn't drive all the way up there, probably.
She probably didn't, and I did. And then I bumped into her in the elevator, and I recognized her from the cuts on her arm. And so I'm not kidding about that. I'm like, I think that looks like Tams. And then I saw the cuts on her arms. Yeah, that's Tams. And it's like, Tammy? Yeah. Hey, it's K-Tel.
Good, dear God. I can't ban you from here. I mean, dang.
Dune writes in, no, that should be off the table, really. The cut thing is scary, but to talk about everything else is cool.
God.
So tell us more about how you were hooking up with Tom. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to go over real well. So anyways, after she cut herself, we called hotel staff, security, whatever, to get whatever medical person was on call in the hotel up there to bandage her. And so we were all sitting outside in the hallway and in silence. And two other people from the group come up. One of them was Mina, whose real name was Ainsley, who was like a total attention whore slut type person in the chat room. I don't know if she was like that in real life, but and at some point she got pissed off because I found out that she said something behind my back, and I revealed to her that I knew that she had said that, but that I was okay with it, and she thought I was spying on her. And it's like, dude, I didn't ask. Someone volunteered information to me.
IRC. I'm going to tell you guys.
Yeah.
If you've never been on IRC, you're not missing much.
Well, there was this quiet girl named Liz that kind of liked me, that was kind of in on a lot of the behind the scenes chat. So she started feeding me all the stuff people were saying about me behind my back.
Wow.
And
I say anything behind my back.
And so Ainsley and me were friends. But then I was and I think this is during the time where I was perma-banned from the Sailor Moon room, and there was all the offshoot rooms I was still kind of hanging out with, so I was kind of still talking to some people. And Ainsley, I think, made a comment in the room, like, I feel kind of bad because, like, I feel like maybe I should be, since I'm still friends with him, maybe I'm supposed to defend him, but I really don't want to. And Liz told me that she said that. And I said to her, don't worry about that needing to defend me or anything. I don't want anyone to get in the middle of the thing. She's like, how did you know about that? I'm like, someone told me you said that, and I didn't ask. I don't care. I just want you to know not to I didn't want her to feel bad. Now in hindsight, I should have kept that to myself, because yes, I could see where that kind of came off bad. But in my mind, it was all okay because I did not seek out that information. It came to me. Of course, the problem is then when the question comes, how do you know that? I couldn't rat out Liz because I was friends with her too. So I wasn't going to rat her out. And so then she basically said, don't you fucking talk to me again. Don't you, so she was, once she found out who I was at the convention, she was like, you stay away from me. And I'm like, hey, fuck you. I'm here for Tams. She was getting it on with some other guy. So her and the guy that she's hooking up with that weekend come up to the room. We're all sitting there outside the room in silence. And she's like, what's going on? And I figure I'm the outsider in this group. Why should I fill her in on what's going on? But no one else talks. And so I just very bluntly calmly said, well, Tam got upset about something and she wanted to leave. I asked her not to. And she got mad and cut her arm, and they're bandaging it now.
Yeah, that's about right.
And her and the guy she was hooking up with said, oh, okay. And they turned around and they walked away.
Honestly, they weren't surprised, Gators. That's the problem.
It was like, oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Tam's cut herself bad this time. Oh, okay. I guess we're going to find someplace else to hang out for now. Yeah. It was... And so I was feeling god awful at this point, because whether or not it was my fault, I said the words that triggered this reaction out of her. And so there was a part of me that was totally blaming myself. If I just let her go and didn't try to say anything about this whole, well, what about our dinner tonight? She wouldn't have cut herself. Because that was the event that made her go and cut herself. And so I was blaming myself out of the room. So she comes out of the room and we'll fill you. Brian, we got to finish the story. Too much backstory to go in.
Holy crap, sounds bad.
I've told you this story before. It's the Canada trip. How much money did this cost you? Well, gas was cheaper back then, but it was more expensive to get fuel up in Canada than it was to fuel up to get into Canada.
Con tickets.
The con tickets, I don't remember. What are they, like $30 each or something like that?
You could get in a hotel without it. You could just
hotel room was it was at an anime convention. So she comes out of the room, bandaged up, to go to, they're going to take her to the hospital to get the free stitching because Canada actually, cares about their citizens. And as she's walking by, I said, Tammy, don't you worry about anything. You just, take care of yourself. We could. She goes, oh no, you're taking me to dinner tonight. I'm looking forward to it. You promised me dinner. I'm not exaggerating this. She went from "fuck you for wanting me to stick around and go to dinner. I'm going to cut myself" to "don't you dare go anywhere. You're taking me to dinner tonight."
Caters. Maybe she cut out the anger.
Maybe.
And she cut out a little bit of the psycho, and she was there taking dinner that night.
All these years, I thought the problem was that she was cutting herself, when really the problem was that she wasn't cutting herself enough. No, that can't be it. That can't be it.
No, there wouldn't
No.
be. She would
Mars.
She would have at least three. She would have one limb left.
Mars, I don't like this theory.
No,
I think we should just both back away.
Hey, I haven't talked to her since IRC. I'm just telling you, and that's been a while. So
Now, 5 hits away for me to DM the username to him. You know what? That message I got from her, I think, was on an AIM username before AIM was discontinued. I don't have any current, still up and running username. Basically, it's up to you to find a Tammy Ashcroft in London, Ontario that says yes if you ask her, "Hey, did you ever cut yourself in front of some dude named Johnny?" And So that's on you, dude, because I'm not going around looking for her. I got enough crazy in my life right now.
Call it on Sunday.
So
and say, hey, guess who I found?
So she's at the hospital getting stitched up. Tom follows the ambulance in his car, and I'm like, the fuck, I'm following that, you know. So I
Was
go
it
and
so bad that she actually needed a ride in an ambulance?
She gave herself stitches.
Well, she got
And-
stitched.
And Canada basically took her. So
Canada provides that. That's just how it was. Maybe it was the
Universal healthcare, yeah.
It may have been the hotel's policy that we're getting you to the hospital and we're taking care of the transportation and we're doing this all on official levels. So you had to take. It might be one of those things where they wheel you out of the hospital in a wheelchair, even though you have 2 legs.
Questions. In other words, you didn't ask any questions.
I didn't ask any questions. Well, I asked questions, just not about that.
Sure.
he was questioning
So-
himself. He was questioning his trip at the time.
How?
He was doing lots of questions.
So
How
on the
long ago
fast
was
track.
this?
Oh, this was what?
20-something.
2002, 2000. Yeah, I think 2002.
Yeah.
19 years ago then.
Yeah. So while she's
Minimum.
in the hospital getting stitches, I gathered my change together, got in the payphone, and gave her mother a call. And, now, mind you, she was living with her parents still, and I had me and her mother.
Have the mother's phone number?
No, that's long gone.
Yeah.
And we talked on IRC. So, like I said, her mother was trying to kind of encourage me to
You
pick
could
up
have
her
just hopped
daughter.
on IRC and said, "Yo, hey, this is what's going on."
Well, I just gave her this. This felt like more of a phone type of conversation than a text type of conversation. Because I had told her in the past, dude, Tammy tells me she's cutting herself. Could you do something about that, or could you take care of her, check on that? And she's like, I'll see what I can do. And then she's still cutting herself. And so then this happened. So I gave her a call and I said, hey, look, I just want to let you know everyone's all right, everything's okay, but you should know that Tammy cut herself again, and she's in the hospital right now getting stitches because she cut herself pretty deep with the scissors. And Stella's response to me was, oh dear, that must really have ruined your weekend.
Yeah. Because honestly, she was always into what other people were, how other people were, not her own daughter, which was.
And I'm like, I'm more concerned about your daughter than my weekend.
Yeah.
Thank you, but
maybe she was just plain out sick of caring about her daughter. This is all normal shit for her.
I don't know the dynamic there. I really don't.
Sure.
I do know that she had Tam's had an older sister that had a husband that was described as in not flattering terms, and many kids. And so I think there was that shit show that everyone was dealing with too. So there was a lot of family dynamics that I don't know the details of.
So one of our guys made a comment.
Cozy to go.
That's our sponsor.
Goss for when you
I
cut
have no
arms
idea what it
daily. Use Cozy to go.
Oh my god.
That's bizarre. That's timely. I don't think so, but
So, anyways, now Brian, we all were taking guesses at what was keeping you, and of course, the only thing I could come up with is, you all you said is you got issues, and you didn't elaborate on the issues. And generally, that's
one.
code. Generally,
Good
that's
one.
code for diarrhea,
oh no.
constipation.
This really isn't my problem per se.
Oh, okay.
So my nephew's in Atlanta, right?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
And he has a very reliable Ford F-150 pickup
Oh,
truck.
yeah.
Yes. Now, I know about a year ago he was going someplace. It totally died on him. They didn't even have the parts to fix it up. After all, it is a Ford, right? Oh, a Ford F-150, the biggest selling truck.
Hello, we got a
In
call
the
on the
world.
line. Hello there,
Hi,
caller.
caller.
I'm calling NHB Radio. What the fuck are y'all doing?
We're NHB Radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, you called in to our show. How's it going?
I'm pretty good, but it don't sound like you're a bunch of damn blind retards to me.
No, it's Johnny Gators here with Brian and Sir Mars. We're doing the show called...
Insert title here.
Oh, so I called up on fucking Gators and damn saw Mars that's been trying to get on the air for the past 20 years.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, we're live right
So
now.
you think I'm fucking wrong, I mean. So, do y'all even got a stick, or y'all even just fucking, like, what are y'all even doing?
We were telling a story about...
I'm caught up randomly, like, I'm going through my phone, like, fuck your shit. I'm going through my phone, calling up numbers, and there's NHB right here.
And-
Well, I ain't called this in fucking years. Last time I called this one, Dune's Bomb show was Nigger Lives Matter. And I got hung up on because of Mr. Gators. See, I'm getting hung up on that. I mean, come on.
Now,
Yeah.
dude,
Wouldn't fucking damn Damon enjoy this? Fucking Liam, I'm sure would fucking enjoy
God.
this. I mean,
Yes.
dude just wrote it. I remember him. Dude remembers you, man.
fucking whacked out. Yeah, fuck y'all.
Hey, no,
Hey.
man, we like
Oh,
you.
y'all even know, so what the hell's your URL? I'm not even listening to you. I've called you randomly.
This is
I'm
great.
listening
This is
to freaking damn sticks, Mr. Roboto. I'm
Dang,
got a
I
freaking
heard
program
it. I
right
heard it.
now. No, I've got a program going right now. It's a random number, a damn date of my birthday, and a message to 3 years of bags and shit in different times and space.
well,
So, what the hell are y'all doing? Like, what the hell is your URL so I can freaking...
URL.
Like, this shit's real. Like, you're broadcasting, you're allowed to broadcast it.
Yeah, no, it's nhbradio.com is still the website.
So, Gator's still getting head down from barefoot? Okay.
Yeah, no, we're still together, and we got a cat. We got 2 cats, and nhbradio.com.
You got 2 cats? Do you got a kid? I mean,
No kids, just cats.
Oh, well, then you're a sad white person. Good job. Hey, you succeed. You goddamn, it's not, oh my god.
So
I've got
this is you know what? Thank you, Dune, for reminding me who this is, because I recognize the voice. I didn't remember her name. This is Whacked Out.
No.
This is Whacked
Yes,
Out on the line right now.
I fucking told you that goddamn 3 minutes ago.
I only understand like every other word that you're saying right now, though. So what have you been up to since we've last heard from you?
Well, me personally, I'm sending a message back to 1984 that's supposed to talk to the other me, the other whacked out, that was 33 years old in 2012, and stop that asteroid to wipe out all your plebs. And then now, damn, I'm trying to get hold of my other self, that was like, I guess, like whenever he's going to get this message before he knows what adult drugs and chicks is or whatever. 19 freaking. Well, anyway, damn, I'm gonna ask my other self to save us from the asteroid from 2012. But he made a bunch of money on it. So now he can just buy all this cut media and shit. And turn it into a big ass, well, Yanko fest. If you want to be honest.
Yeah, I see. That's fascinating.
Yeah, no. At the moment, I'm at fucking 8 digits, damn, and random numbers going up, damn, exponential.
I see. I think Dune's going to jump in here in a little bit. I think he wants to say hi or something. So I just sent Dune.
Oh, Liam. Invite. Oh, yes. I would like to talk to Liam.
Liam, I don't know what Liam's up to. I haven't heard from him in a while. And Damon is still our general manager, but he doesn't do any shows or anything anymore.
Yeah, I know that, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I know technically I love Dune. I mean, Mr. Gators is a wanker, of course. I mean... no, he's still a decent white dude that believes in privilege and understanding of life. So, no, he's just a white dude. I mean, it's kind of hard to have someone saying on a freaking no holds barred network.
Wow. Well, we got Dune in the room now. Hello, Dune.
Oh, senor.
Color me shocked. The man himself.
Ah, how are your wieners doing?
My wieners is fine, dude. All five of them, and only 4 of them have 4 legs. Boom, boom.
Ah.
There you go. How you doing, man? Good to hear 4 legs.
Oh, chilling, man. I'm trying to fucking make America great. That's all I'm trying to do.
Am I feeding back on here or something?
No, that was me for a moment. When I brought up Twitch to whisper you, I forgot to mute.
That's it. Brian's like, wow, why'd I get off the pot?
Nah, see,
like. So okay, listen. I have to ask you a question. So let me get this straight. You're just chilling. And you're going through Skype, and you just say, "Hey, what's these NHB guys?" And you just randomly call it up, and here we are. That's freaking awesome, dude.
No. You're completely wrong.
Okay, well,
I have been chilling here for the past 10 years.
Okay.
And I've been going through my phone tonight, my cell phone.
Okay.
That's got a message that's old school. Like, I've also got one for Walt that's a flip phone that's old school. But I'm going through drunk, calling numbers to see if they're correct or if I should delete them. And I came across NHB Radio.
Well, don't delete this one.
No, this number's still good.
This is a keeper, right?
This is a keeper. You have to keep this one. This number's not going to die until Johnny and I at least. 3 things have to happen.
Right.
Dude,
I leave this world. Johnny
you
leaves
don't
this
understand.
World. What's that?
You've accomplished your goal.
I did.
You know what 1984 is?
1984.
What was Flat Bottom Girls or something like that? It's some fucking awesome movie that came out at damn. Someone said time should pause on this date. It's awesome. Fucking let's do this. Okay. So regardless, that's the point pinnacle of everything that's happened. So now I've called this number to tell a freaking something bad. Damn freaking umpteen damn years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's freaking false listening to NHB Radio.
Well,
he's getting this message through some random thing, and damn, it's your fault. It's all your fault, dude.
Well, see, you say fault, and I say opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you have to think about this. This is we got to keep the cup half full no matter what it's half full of.
That's
Yes,
right.
you're right. It's all your fault, then.
Could be
And
full of
Mr.
turd.
Footbuyer was right. No, if you go back, Mr. Footbuyer says this date is supposed to happen.
We're gonna have to ask him
and
what
it's
it
all
is.
your fault.
We'll have to ask him because we can call him.
So
No, he said, now, you're gonna now, well,
Well, the
So
good
what's-
thing is you got to keep the number,
in
though.
stop.
So what's this about, Damon?
well,
and
regardless.
something. What I'm doing? Are you understanding what's?
I don't know.
being-
Damon likes
Okay,
1984.
all right,
1984,
Gators, Mr.
okay.
Gators, hold on a second.
No.
I'll explain it to you.
Now you said you're
Okay.
you're trying to travel back in time to
About
1984.
10 years ago,
10 years.
no, I'm sending a message to 1984 to a person who went back from 2012. Alright, 2012. A big
2012.
meteor to wipe out this damn planet.
Okay.
The only way to fix it was, I had to go back to 1984 to get technology to create an island in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Hence, I defaulted 2012. Now, we are now in 2021, hence an involved of a couple numbers. Funny that. But now, I'm trying to get hold of my original self to get hold of the one that went back and created the asteroid avoiding machine to invest a lot of money into said stocks that can damn fuck up all these plebs that thinks they know what money is.
I see. So you're trying to get in touch with the 2012 version of you before it goes to 1984.
No. He's already there.
Oh, he's already well.
Well, you don't understand. He's already saved y'all plebs.
I'm not stoned enough for this
dead.
conversation. Is what's going on here? Because I don't think we all understand how timelines work.
You know, Whack, and I have to tell you one thing. We miss your calls for one major reason. You want to know what that is?
Because I'm drunk usually. Or high.
No,
Well,
because nobody
actually,
calls us anymore.
sober's
No,
supposed to
nobody calls us anymore.
Nobody called. You're the first call we've had in 5 years.
Yes, in 5, we've been waiting.
Really?
Really?
I've been this.
Oh my God,
the
dude!
money-
So you
It's
spent a
totally
fucking
awesome,
$500 for
Yes.
one phone call?
Yes, I pay for this.
Oh my
Ruined
God!
it all? No, you fixed it all. Is what
No,
you
the
did.
next number on my list is the freaking number that I can get to, like, behind the scenes without calling the 800 number.
That's
Like, this is 1-800 NHB radio I called.
That's the one.
Oh God,
It's still
fucking
there.
damn, the 877
Every month I get reminded because my Skype account gets debited for this every single month.
Well, June, like I said, I'm sending a message back to 1984 to damn 7179 because that's my boss date.
Well, that's
with a
awesome.
random number,
The good thing is
randomly repeated every fast that my computer
The,
can
the
take.
NHB Messenger still
Yeah.
has AOL though, Johnny, so we could technically.
Yes, no, that's the thing.
Well,
I asked Google to make an AM, a freaking Yahoo and freaking AOL account to talk to my previous badge because he knows what that is.
There we go.
Like, this is a random message. He knows that. Like, see? But I can't do it because
So awesome,
these computers nowadays don't know what AIM is.
bastards.
Like, that's bad.
you know what?
I mean, Trillion was awesome. Trillion, you could damn connect everything. AOL, Trillion, hell, even damn freaking
Well,
MySpace
just remember,
before
do me a
it was
favor when you do get a hold of yourself in 1984, look us up, and then hook a brother up, man. Tell us some things. Say hey, Tesla. give us all the good stocks, things like that.
Well, Dune, if you think back, I think you may have gotten a call from this guy in 1985, and you may have hung up on him very confused. Damn. And then what about your day?
Tell Dune not to hang up.
No, actually, in all reality, if you go through the timeline of me calling up, being drunk, crazy, and just like, hey, you're right. Damn, this is going to happen in like
Google
10
and
years.
Amazon. Remember that too.
Google and Amazon. You got to tell us about Google and Amazon.
That's right.
Until you put at least $1,000 in Bitcoin when it first comes out.
Yes, a Bitcoin.
Yes. Bitcoin.
Real early.
And tell people when to get out of Bitcoin.
Yeah, we need to find the peak.
And when to get out of Yahoo.
Brian, it's not yet because it's $50K for one Bitcoin.
Whacked out. Actually, I've got to put something on the top of that list.
Ooh,
are you ready? I'd almost want you to write this down.
What's that?
Have Trey Dog call us.
Yes,
yes.
We need to get Trey Dog's number. We're still looking for him.
We're still looking for Trey Dog.
We're still looking for Trey Dog.
That's the whole kicker right there. If we could find Trey Dog, everything else would come into alignment.
I think he still owes us a phone patch.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes, he does.
No, because technically, damn, freaking, he's in jail because he damn spanked some woman or something, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that's a different dude.
Who's that?
Are you sure?
Well, maybe I'm not.
Because, damn, Trey Dog that owed you that freaking mixer was damn and said, damn, that freaking damn had some incident that freaking damn happened, some shit damn later out fact.
Oh, no, we got to find Trey Dog, though.
We got
He's in prison. They got phones in prison now.
They do, yeah.
They do. Make phone calls.
We might need to make free Trey Dog.
You know what? Hey. Better than a bunch of gibberish y'all ass and shit. Like, you know what? Y'all like, oh, let's go back there. Fuck. No, y'all kept selling out fucking a bunch of shit. Like, oh, you can fuck all the time. Let's see them do this shit. Y'all know what? Trey Dog calling y'all is the best shit ever. I mean, really.
It would be.
It's completely inconsequential. And all the shit y'all spit out, like, y'all halfway believe this shit. I mean, like, I'm doing it now. I mean, it's not
Hey, you know what? We don't know.
Fucking, I'm fiction about this.
We don't have a clue.
But, yeah.
Well, the thing is, somebody has to understand how that works.
That's true. Somebody does. I mean,
somebody does.
Johnny and I both got wacky sounds.
Yeah, we do. We
see.
Oh, shit,
so we still have that going for us, which is good.
Yeah.
That's the important part. It is
He had to bring up Johnny, so now I feel bad. He's like a sad clown.
Yeah.
Seems like a happy clown.
Yeah, mine's more of a... Hey, but you know what? I'm still the old Dune. I still have those.
He still has that, yes.
Yes.
Oh,
wait. It's after, I forgot.
Now it feels going in life.
It's after 8 o'clock, though. There.
It's after 8 o'clock. Oh, shit, it's 9:24, you fucking sensual bastard.
That's for the neighbors. Right there.
There you go, for the neighbors. Yeah.
Nah, he's got to let his wieners out and shit.
Well, hey, Whacked Out, it's been really great hearing from you. But we should probably, move on at this point. But be sure to tell all your friends to call us. And call back, man.
Yes, I'll be sure to tell my cigarette I'm smoking, this full hit, and this beer bottle.
Tell all your friends in 1984 to call us, too.
And you can come watch us on TV if you want, because we're on TV now. So.
We're on Twitch. We're on YouTube. We're still on mainstreetradio.com. Spam the lockers. Tell all your friends.
That's right.
Yeah.
Twitter.
All right. Twitter. Yeah.
Big ups to Victor.
Yeah. Thank you for calling. Goodbye.
Hold on a second. Oh, I'm trying to save your souls, and freaking he said time, man. He's falling off like that.
Well, we only got so much time, though. That's the problem.
What all right, do you have something else you need to warn us about?
No, I mean, I called up, and Johnny wasn't even doing the show. He's like, oh, what? Who's this? I mean, what the hell were you doing,
we were doing
Johnny?
a show, but we stopped it for you.
We are doing a show.
This is it.
But you know how my show is. I go where it takes me.
We don't cuss anymore. We have to use those damn buttons now.
What the fuck you talking about?
No, I was looking at the original noun of the conversation.
There we go.
No, anyways, Whacked
Right.
Out, we do got to get on to some other stuff.
Go.
So thank
Hey,
you.
listen,
Thank you for calling us.
Good
No, I'm being a lazy bastard. But hey, remember, I'm damn doing random numbers and trying to save your soul.
Cool.
Okay. Well, you keep calling, and we'll
Hey.
check
Call us
Hey,
back
wait.
again.
check
One
it
last
next
thing.
week.
Stray Dog Hours Thursday. Thank you.
Yeah.
Whee, that was
That-
wicked cool.
That is a blast from the past. Oh my God.
That's one thing that I remembered is, oh yeah, this is the guy I have to eventually cut off. This is
Yeah, he would have.
I have not
He would have
heard-
been until.
I
we
have-
could have
Listen-
gotten him. Kind of
This
kept
makes-
him on until we got to the "What Have You Learned" show.
no.
Reload.
I haven't even got to my movies yet.
after the apocalypse, it's cockroaches and Whacked Out,
It whacked out.
and that's it.
Wow. Now I don't know what he's whacked out on, but he is
Oh, that dude's
whacked
awesome,
out.
man.
And
He
that
was
is way more
he
fun
is.
than the story that I.
he
was
is the
coming up
one.
with.
He is the one that used to call in every single show, and I miss that.
He and I'd just be struggling to try to keep up with him because he makes sense to himself.
Yes.
He knows what he's saying, but I don't. And I got a little bit of it there. I mean, I guess I think the character of Boomhauer was based on Whacked Out.
I think it was.
I think it was.
He
'cause
should get paid for that.
He should. He absolutely
I
should.
never thought about that. He should.
Yeah.
Either that Doc Brown was based on him.
Yeah, because Boomhauer always was saying something. It's just that he said it in his own style that was very non-intelligible. That was his thing.
God, I miss that guy. If he could find Trey Dog, we'd be full circle. God, I hate
good.
this camera. This camera adds 72 pounds to it.
Yeah. Although but still the question remains: whatever became of Neighbor Dyke?
Good question.
That is a good question.
Her and
the Rite Aid hippie.
Rite Aid hippie.
Yeah.
All I have is pictures to remember them by. That's it.
Yeah. I got those pictures.
I forgot you do have those pictures.
Pretty much any time Sloan had someone on the show, they'd eventually end up on cam without a shirt.
Yeah.
So
That's just one of those things that could happen back in the day.
it just that happened, and
Viva
the
la
right
difference.
now what was this? The Rite Aid hippie, was this literally just hey, she works at Rite Aid, come be on my show? Or
Yes.
I guess Sloan.
Yeah, the Rite Aid was right. Literally, it was literally right next to where he lived, like it was walking distance. And that was one of the big things is we wanted to go see the Rite Aid hippie, but she didn't work there anymore. We were really upset when we went to go visit him.
Oh, that's too bad.
I miss that. I wish I'd have taken more pictures when we were at Sloan's. I really do, because it was an interesting place. It was.
That's right. You actually went to Sloan's.
It was
as part of your trip.
It was like a bi-level apartment, for lack of a better term. It was a house that had a second floor that had been turned into an apartment.
So they put a set of stairs outside.
On the outside, yes. And what I remember is when you went up these stairs, you had to walk around a couple of Pac-Man games that never quite made it all the way up.
Full
full
arcade
size
cabinets that made it
Yes.
halfway. And literally the story was we were moving it up into there. We got tired halfway.
And that's where they were. They just sat there. They were there was like a landing up there, and that's where they were. And I was like, okay, that's it.
We'll get those next week.
Yeah, those could very well be there. And then of course, neighbor Dyke was the neighbor downstairs. She lived in the downstairs apartment.
And she used to hang out and be on the show until she started getting pissed off that he was being loud on the internet when she's trying to sleep. And I think they had a falling out at that point.
I don't know what happened. Right? Yeah, too bad.
But because I think she started complaining
see all the stuff
about it.
See all the Brian, see all the stuff you missed.
See, Brian, you missed all this.
Oh, I know it.
all we have once we all show up at the I keep saying lake house, at the beach house, then you'll understand. Then you'll get it.
Right. We'll have to bring them all to the beach house. But now, Brian, so someone has a truck that's and you use the word reliable, which makes me wonder if there's some foreshadowing in this story that the truck's going to turn out to be unreliable.
I should go break.
Okay,
out the
so
advent
a couple years ago, his Ford F-150, had a major problem, and it took, I think, a week. I actually have to get the story straight from him. It took like a week to get the parts.
Okay.
I'm sorry, the most highly sold truck in the whole world.
Mm-hmm.
You have to wait for parts.
Yeah, that seems stupid.
And that's in Georgia. I think everybody has one.
Well, that's
Am I right? Am I right?
well. He must have the part must have had a certain shelf life, and they all went out within a week of one another. So
possibly. Oh, anyway, so that was back then. Anyway, he was on the work today, and the Ford was on road dead again. This time it was a transmission issue. So, hard seltzer.
peppermint bark.
Peppermint bark.
So
Arf.
Middle
Dude,
Coast
that's gonna be a
winter.
good one. You'll enjoy
Arf.
that.
Arf.
So Dune's gonna try this peppermint bark as Brian continues his story. So F-150 truck problems.
Yeah, so he needs some money for this transmission job.
Okay.
And I think the work will be done on Wednesday. Well, my bank has just switched over its online stuff, and they've gone to Zelle. Are you familiar with Zelle?
No, never heard of
I
it.
use Zelle.
Yeah, Zelle is pretty new.
Yep.
They
Well,
have
I've
an
had it
app.
for about 2 years. So
My bank
3
is
years.
pretty small and local to mid-coastal Maine, so I don't think they're up
Well,
with all
mine's
that.
just a credit union, so.
Yeah.
But actually, you can use it without
So-
your bank being part of it. But then there are some issues with that.
Dune doesn't look
Apparently.
happy.
It's
Dude,
different.
peppermint bark is awesome. I don't know about seltzer version though.
It's pepperminty. It really is
Yeah.
pepperminty. So it's
You
just
taste the
strange. It's a
chocolate?
strange seltzer. It's not
Chocolate.
bad. It tastes better than it smells. Wow, that sounds- Let
Any
that
chocolate
sink
in it
in.
or just
So,
peppermint?
so Brian, did you need to get him some money, and that's why you need to do some banking, or for his transmission?
So I'm just signing up all this kind of stuff. He needs a bunch of money for this. Apparently, and there are no rules that you can find, right?
Mm.
So we discovered that the amount that he wanted was too much. And I said, well, apparently the limit is $1,000. So we tried that, and actually that worked. So he's got part of what he needs. I'm not quite sure at this point on how I'm going to get the rest of the money to him, or how much more he needs.
You actually spoke to him in real. This wasn't you. You weren't going through a direct message, were you? And he was speaking.
Well, we were texting on cell phones. I know it's him.
It's known established number, and also established truck that he's had problems with in the past. Consistent stories that are.
Well, I
consistent.
just didn't want it to be one of those grandma things where they
where
get
you're
somebody-
putting caches and books and mailing it
and mailing them
to
somewhere. Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah, so if I got a text from my grandma about money, I would say
you'd be a little
really?
suspicious.
You've been dead for
what happens is they get a hold of
55
grandma's.
years.
They get a hold of grandma's name.
They say their grandson and they're
in trouble.
With the law, and I really need some money. Can you please? Best way to get it to me would be to withdraw cash, hide it in between the pages of the books, and just mail it to this address. That will get it to me. Thanks so much.
Yeah. Love you. Bye.
Yeah.
No. That
or either that you got that Nigerian prince that needs to get money out.
Transmissions are crazy expensive. Well, couldn't you just pay the place directly? You could probably do that. Just call it with credit card.
The shop.
Yeah.
Sure.
That might be the best bet is have him throw $1,000 at him and then just do the rest of it. Whatever.
Would you give a credit union? Would you give a credit card number to some repair shop in Georgia?
I probably would. I mean,
your brother. This is your brother you're helping, right?
Yeah.
Nephew. Now your nephew is trusting this shop with his credit card number, right?
I don't know.
I would
I
ask.
Suggested. Well, if we need more time, can you just pay for it with a credit card number with a credit card? And then I'll get the money so you can pay that off. Can we, does it give us some time here?
Yeah.
He did not respond to that part.
Okay. All right. Well,
as long as you don't call a shop and they go, "Oh, it was just a flush and fill. It was only $20."
Busted.
Yeah. There we go.
But yeah, and boy, did this guy buy up a bunch of cases of beer.
Yeah, that's right. He said,
"Hey, he's old enough. He can."
Yeah.
So
no, it's
he's
not.
got
I'm.
F-150, man. He's
It's nice. It's nice of you to help somebody out. That's very. That's
yeah,
very
that
cool.
is that
well,
is.
it is my nephew, so
Yeah,
that's cool. I like that. That's cool.
So
and I know eventually he'll have some money.
Well, the good thing is if he's ever in your area, you can go, "Hey, you got a truck, right?"
Well, I mean, it's actually
You
right.
put him to work.
Actually, I've seen the truck because his mom lives down in
Well, I mean, you can make him move
in
stuff
Central
for you,
California.
so
And I might be seeing him for Christmas.
oh, there you go.
Just go randomly buy a futon from somebody and make him bring it over. And decide you don't like it, and then make him take it back. Just that'll get him back.
Hey,
No, see, actually, he visits his mom, I think, because in his old bedroom, what she now uses as an office, there still is the old futon. See, so I think you're already onto that.
There you go. That'd be the best $20 you ever spent.
There's already a futon. Well, no, if Brian asks him to help move a futon just to mess with him, the truck's going to break down halfway into this trip. So,
things are evil.
And then Brian's stuck along with him, and then Brian's got to pay for more repairs. So I think that plan would backfire.
Brian would do the good thing.
I don't know. I'm trying not to think about it.
Okay. That's okay. That's why we're thinking about it for you.
That's
But
right.
you know what we got to do? We got to talk about my film this past. So I
Wicked, yeah.
Yeah, so I did a stream this past weekend. Now, Brian, you were not there.
Unfortunately, I was not available. That was Saturday, right?
Right, and Sparky Toaster missed you because part of developing film is agitating the tank, and Sparky Toaster pointed out that you're perfect for agitating things.
Absolutely.
And so, you know, we didn't. Yeah. But anyways, so the thing is that I've watched videos about developing film. I read articles about developing film, but sometimes you don't know what exactly things you're going to run into until you actually go through the motions. So I decided I don't want to take the movie that I shot on Thanksgiving at Heart Lake and have that be my first film development. Right. So I still had one last leftover roll of expired Kodachrome.
Yeah.
There it is. He's playing it right now.
Yeah, there it is right there. That's now so I bought a bunch of rolls of Kodachrome off of eBay back in 1999, and also someone gave me a roll of Kodachrome in 97.
Which at that point was expired.
Yeah. Although they made Kodachrome up into the early 2000s, I think. And I think they made Super 8 film up to, I don't know.
Yes.
So
when did we hear Paul Simon scream, "They took away my Kodachrome"?
Yeah, well, I think Paul Simon starts punching people in the face whenever they make that joke. But that's so.
Yeah, but that time he would actually have to say it.
But anyways, just to give an example of the type of camera work that I'm capable of, I put together a little highlight reel of the movies that I took in 97 and 99 and 2000. It's a little highlight reel of my quality camera work. I took a movie of my band trip to Disney World. I took a movie hanging out with Gothard one weekend because we had a project about music business and distribution.
You took this role and you shot it again of those events?
These are the roles I shot.
Do you have a time machine like our new friend, our newfound friend?
Yes, that's exactly what I did. No, I'm showing you the stuff that I shot back then, and then we'll talk about this weekend.
Okay. So here we are, flashing to the past.
To the past. So this is the stuff that I did in the past, back when you could still get Kodachrome developed with in color. And so here's the motel room we were at in Disney. This film was not stored very well, so it's got some rough spots.
Stuff.
But I mean, that's some good color picture, and although the film wore, and he was not happy with the light, and some other people going up. Someone needed to get a nap, but this has not aged well. And we got Chewbacca here, and because we're at NGM Studios that day, a little group shot.
Was that what's his name? The pudding guy?
Yeah, that's why I said that didn't age well.
Oh, well, it's okay. He's okay. He was the pudding guy.
So this is some. He was going to do pull-ups on the bus, and now my friend Billy here decided to catch a little nap.
Wait, did he have a binky?
No, but Sam here likes to do tricks with his tongue. So
what the?
and these guys decided.
Wait a minute, roll that back.
Roll that back.
They're gonna see if the WWE
is that really
will
his
accept
tongue?
Her,
that is really his tongue.
Oh, I bet his. Never mind.
And these guys decided to stage a little wrestling match back at the motel room that evening. And
oh gosh, yeah,
so,
wouldn't you love to be below, wouldn't you love to be on the floor below that?
I've heard that.
God, they're actually pretty good.
Yeah,
get the chair.
He's doing it with glasses on.
Yeah, yes, he is, and he's not done.
I cannot even imagine being next door to this. Or this.
And he pins him, and he's got it 1, 2, 3, and so now I decided to have some little fun with camera tricks. So here's Billy, and as if by magic, poof, he turned into a tiger. And
wow, that's amazing.
Poof, turned into Doug.
Even back then, you could do funky stuff like that.
Yeah, back then he could. And now poof, turned into Anthony, who's
wow, that guy's scary as hell.
And now this came out dark, so I tried to boost up.
Does he got a penis on his shirt?
How old were these guys at the time?
High school.
So these guys are underage.
So now here we are.
State from where you were living.
So here we are in my dorm room in college, and that's Gothard there, who's having fun throwing around my 8-track tapes. And
what the? Whoa! Oh my god!
Rough, man.
Yeah. I sent a still shot of this to Gothard. He wrote back, "Ah, yes, my serial killer days." And
holy shit, that's terrifying.
And I decided to test the camera out a bit. Here's my dorm room.
No, wait a second. He just smashed one of your 8-tracks, and you're okay with that?
Well, it was a cleaning tape. It had we staged that.
Oh.
So,
okay.
by the way, so there was an article about.
Whoa! You got a Kramer picture.
Kellogg's.
Well, it was okay
Kellogg's
back then.
Union is going on strike, and they're called serial killers.
God.
What's wrong? It was okay. It was cool back then. That was a cool poster back in the day.
No, it's a cool poster now.
I still have it.
No, there's nothing wrong with that poster.
Which poster now?
The one on the screen
Kramer.
right here, the Kramer.
Kramer.
Oh, the Kramer. Oh, yeah.
Well, it's just funny.
Haven't we canceled him now?
It's like banned Kramer.
Haven't we canceled him now or something?
So here, Gothard's demonstrating that his steering wheel doesn't always require hands. But
look, Ma, no hands.
Hey, look at that tree.
This is
it's getting very close.
This is some of the better washed out footage that I got.
Wow.
The film was very light sensitive at this point. There's a nice old creepy looking house.
Now, what year would this be?
This would be 1999.
Okay.
Now, Gothard got sick and tired of me shooting movies, so he left me in the mall parking lot, and there he goes. Bye-bye, Gothard.
F you. You're not.
Yeah.
You're no longer welcome.
This is the dorm building.
So you went into the shopping mall with your camera, and you took pictures in the store.
No, he came back for me. We staged it. So here's some more buildings at the college. That's the library. That's the science building. That's
totally washed out there for a second.
Yeah, that's the problem with this film. It doesn't like the outdoors all that much.
Well, couldn't you just close the aperture down on it?
This is not that kind of camera.
I thought those things still had that.
So here's
he needs a neutral density filter.
There's my sister opening up my Christmas gift to her.
Okay, I was hoping you were going to say Tams.
No.
Whoa.
No. There's my other sister. Got Rage Against the Machine there.
Ooh,
and
CDs.
Yes. They all want the CDs for Christmas.
That's the brother that likes hookers.
And
wait,
so,
no, that's Emily's. Never mind.
And so they all gave me a gift. They gave me a case for my Discman.
And there's that damn shirt.
That's the sweatshirt version of it.
You looked a little disgusted there. Run that back. I think we can find disgusted if you actually.
I wasn't disgusted.
If you freeze frame that, that's.
Yeah, I bought you CDs. You bought me a CD case.
Okay,
yeah, that's
ready, and discuss right about now.
Now, what's great is you can see the VHS camcorder on the tripod behind me. So that's. And now this is what happens if I try to angle the light up to not have it be shining directly in people's eyes. The picture comes out really grainy if you do that. So no,
At least they're friendly.
You have to blind people in order to get good movies of them.
Friendly.
And so there's Amanda
that's why
opening
movie
up.
stars wear sunglasses all the time.
Yeah, that's
She's the youngest, right?
She's the youngest.
Okay.
She's yeah. And she's opened up some more art supplies there, and she's all happy about that. And I something else. I guess another gift being opened up here. Greg's looking through a tube,
that must have been a community gift there. He did. I thought he was going to do the weenie thing.
Well,
he wanted to. You know, he wanted to.
Well, yeah, not in front of our parents. And my aunt and uncle's dogs always stayed with us for Christmas because my aunt and uncle would go visit our grandparents down in Florida.
The dog was smart enough to hide under a table.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah. This dog is nice. The first dog hated me.
Well, he knew right off that you were in trouble.
I can't see, but I'm going to give you peace signs and gang
signs. So no, what this is this is us counting down to the new year because I wanted to get a movie of this is the year 2000 coming in. So I figured if the power went out, I'd catch it on film. And
this is 1999.
This is Y2K. This is Y2K live right here. TV's still on, lights are still on, nothing has gone wrong.
Bastards.
But you know what did go wrong in Y2K? Right here, we're going to show you what went wrong with Y2K. Because right now in a moment here, Greg's going to remember that we had the New Year's edition Snoopy doll. Well, he's also going to try to moon the cam. But, right here, this little thing, as you can see, is all decked up for New Year's. And it has a little party maker with lights in it and all that. And it was programmed to go off and make noise on New Year's, the strike of midnight New Year's 2000. That was the one thing it was supposed to do, and it did not do it. So
you know what? I think that was done by design.
I think.
Did you get a refund?
I think it was not Y2K.
Or is that a company out of business?
I never followed up on that, but I think it was not Y2K compliant. So here's another movie I shot. This is around the end of the school year, 2000. So we're packing up, getting ready to, go home for summer. That's Mike Mann. He was well known for a picture I was thinking of him drunk on the floor with a can of ravioli in his hand that got plastered around the canvas. And Mike Mann is going to drop trow on cam because that's the type of thing Mike Mann will do.
Okay.
There we go.
Twitch? Can you show that on Twitch?
I think so. There's Chris Rankin.
Johnny was smart enough to keep the camera high enough.
This dude's not too happy about the camera, and now they got to put the closet doors back on the rails because they took the closet doors off.
He's saying you're number one.
Yeah.
I mean, up to Mars's point, that's
I'm looking for those substandard desks.
Today, none of us wear pants.
You know what? Those desks didn't get in a shot in this movie, did they? Because they moved around a lot. So there's Jeremy Bentley. He's going to show off his
shotgun.
Yeah. Totally. So there we go. We got the closet doors back on the rail. Good to go. We're all set for graduation.
Okay, what were you doing with the doors?
Well, what happened is that sometimes a room hack to get more room in the room would be you remove the closet doors from the closet so that the closet becomes like an extension of the room to give you a few extra feet of room space. So you had to put the doors back on the closet tracks at the end of the semester before you moved out. So
I would have said tobogganing, but
no, they just got stashed somewhere off to the side. I
thought maybe you were using them as a desk or something like that.
And now here we are outdoors at the graduation ceremony taking place. Once again, this film got very sensitive to light. So these are the members of the class of 2000 for music recording technology. I don't remember all their names, and I can't even recognize them because of how washed out this picture is. So, this is quality.
I'm guessing all the names you can remember probably got jobs in the industry.
Well, I think that's John Donahue that just walked by, but I only recognize him because he had facial hair. Yeah. Jeremy Bentley's probably in there somewhere too. I think he graduated that year, unless he graduated with us.
Now, is there a film of you flipping off the whatever El Asahola or whatever you call it?
Snyder? No, I wish we could have gotten a movie of me flipping him off. But here's Mike Mann, the guy who dropped Trow, because he graduated that year, and there he is pointing at me.
He wants to do it too.
And here is the end. I was in the band. This is why I was at the graduation ceremony, and we're finishing up and wrapping up and getting ready to leave.
Did you graduate?
This was 2000. I graduated 2001.
Oh, okay.
And
so you're saying goodbye to the seniors because you become the new senior.
Right, exactly. So that is the extent of my camera work up to this point. So
were you
that
paid to be in that band at the time?
No, that was I got credits.
Okay.
I got
high school band, right?
The college concert band, a symphonic band. It was a class.
Oh, that's college. I thought that was high school.
No, that was college.
Way behind here.
The Disney stuff was senior year of high school. The other movies was sophomore year. Junior year of college. So that was the highlights of 4 reels of film I shot.
Great.
So I decided, I had one more roll of that expired film left, and you saw how great it came out outdoors. And so I thought, well, why don't I take it outdoors and shoot some more with it? So this past Tuesday, I had to go into Boston for some work. I took a moment after lunch, loaded film in the camera, went up to the roof, and I shot that last roll of Kodachrome from the roof. And you can develop Kodachrome as a black and white film using coffee. And of course, I use the only coffee I could think of for developing film, Folgers, because that's about the only thing.
I can blur the HB radio with this.
There you go. So, sure enough, it came out. And it came out pretty good, considering that this was the first time.
Now I'm in Brian's house.
Developer.
Right. This is the
That's
coffee
good.
developer.
It
Yeah.
there's kind of brownish tin on it, which is cool.
Yeah.
Right?
It's got a nice sepia tone to it.
Coffee tone.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I think that's a happy accident because it develops as a negative, so I had to invert it. So the color is actually an inversion of whatever color the film actually is. So a yellow would probably be more of a
I like the
blue.
kind of blue flashes that pop in there.
Yeah, I think that's the error correct. See, one of the problems that happened with this roll of film was when I tried to pull it out of the cartridge, the tab broke off. So I had to smash the cartridge open with a hammer. And
miss, Brian, on Saturdays.
The loops of film didn't completely uncoil, so some of the film was still stuck to itself in loops, and so it didn't all get evenly submerged in the developing fluid. There's a spot coming up that gets really bad, but I got to say, I am impressed with this. Of course, I'm impressed with this because I had zero expectations for this role. But
and you shot this movie just recently,
just Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's I take it that's Boston.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you study hard enough, you can figure out what building I work in.
Got the triangulation going.
There we go.
Oh, wait a second. Is that Fenway Park?
Yes, it is.
So the Citgo sign is still there.
Yes.
Well, this is the bad part.
Yeah, this is the part where the film was all sticking to itself, didn't get submerged that well.
Yeah,
Can you believe that after I don't know how long it's been since I've been to Boston, but I could still recognize Fenway Park,
even in black and white,
or whatever color that is.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. No, I thought I like this movie. This came out nice. There's the Citgo sign again.
Closed up on it.
Yep. I'm just trying to burn through this roll because I also wanted to take some film some footage with the new film so I can compare how this film came out to the new film.
Again, the next roll is with coffee again?
No, the next roll is a modern roll of film, and I developed that with beer.
Oh, the beer version. Okay.
Yeah, so let me bring up the beer one.
Bang.
So here's I did both of these rolls on Friday night. We did that live, I think.
Yes, it's Friday night.
Yeah. So Friday night, because I was anxious to do it, and so this is with the beer, and this doesn't have the sepia tone to it, and I did have to boost the contrast a bit to get the image quality to this point, and it is a noisier image, but that's partly because of boosting the contrast. So I have to say, there is some ways that I think this image is better than the Kodachrome, but there's some ways I think the Kodachrome is better than this. I was not as impressed with this as I was with the Kodachrome, though. But I had higher expectations for this, I guess.
Oh, for the beer? Because it was actually
I'm
advertised?
hanging out with Reggie now.
Well, because it was new, because it was newer film. I was expecting the newer film to not have film problems, and also the beer developing was supposed to be a proven method. But now Warhawk's going, the beer ones you need to watch with beer bottle glasses. And so
that's the problem.
So here we are back at home, the cats. I figured I'd shoot some footage of the cats. They're getting their dinner. Hestia here's
really
not
high
so
quality stuff, man.
Hestia's not so sure about this, and
so non-expired film, but developed with beer.
Right.
Beer cats.
But I guess the impressive thing is that it actually worked. But I wouldn't recommend it. Cool. I think I'm going to stick with the coffee. Although I think,
I do like the coffee. Yeah, I do.
I gotta tell you,
So have you tried regular developer?
I've not tried regular developer.
Well, that would complete the test, right?
Well, I'd have to buy regular developer.
That's a problem.
Note to self: don't hit log in while you're in the room.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So I guess I could, but I'm not doing that yet. I'm going to play more with the coffee developer. The thing is, though, is that I liked how the Kodachrome came out so much that I went on eBay and I bought more expired Kodachrome.
Oh, here,
cool.
I can fix that. Here, hang on. There you go.
So yeah, lots of footage of the cat eating some cat food. So I decided that before I developed the roll from Heart Lake, that I'd want to do a test run of the new film developed in coffee to see how that compares to developing it in beer. So let me bring up that roll. So here is my my coffee roll of the new film.
Did you like that timing, by the way?
So yeah, that was perfect. So there's
perfect?
so there's my house. And there are my cars in the driveway. And it's a little bright, but it came out. It's a bit grainy, but it was a cleaner develop though than the coffee developing in some ways. And I decided to walk around town a little bit and shoot a little footage here and there just around town. Sorry, I'm walking down the street. So now
look at all those old cars.
So now not only can you all figure out where I work from the Boston movie, but now you can figure out where I live from this movie.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
I'm right down the street from the Ciabra Foods. There it is.
I don't know how to spell it, so I can't see it.
Yeah, can't really.
It looks like a driving snowstorm, really, isn't it?
It is a very grainy outdoor shot. Really, the indoor shots came out better, and the indoor shots without the light came out better because the light bulb popped before I could finish this roll.
Light bulb.
There's a good quality deal.
Yeah. So here we are doing a little bit of decorating the tree inside. And yeah, I think this works. Well, this is a high-speed film, so I think it works better with less light. So it's not a good outdoor film, whereas the Kodachrome is a good film for outdoor. It's good for indoor with a light. But it turns out that this film is pretty good indoor without the light, because the light's still working at this point. And then there's Shaniko wondering why there's no water bowl under the tree anymore.
Oh.
So mean.
Yeah.
Ew.
And now this is without the light. No camera light.
I was going by the way, Warhawk. I wasn't watching the chat room.
So this film will actually get in picture without a camera light indoors, with just regular room lighting, which Kodachrome won't. So with that all determined, I decided, okay, let's develop the Heart Lake roll, and let's develop it with coffee. So here's Thanksgiving at Heart Lake, and here's a little bit of filming around the lake. And yes, it is a very grainy picture, but I mean, it's recognizable. I like the quality. It gives it a certain feel. And there's Amanda's boyfriend, Chris. And
oh, there it is.
What?
Oh, never mind. Sorry. Now I know how you feel with Brian. He's playing with crap instead of doing what he's supposed to do.
What? Agitate things?
Agitate things.
Yeah.
There's the tree, and
the tree.
The tree. Yeah. Well, my grandfather took a movie of the tree like that in '72,
okay.
And we've been teasing him for it ever since. So
that's not the ghost tree.
No, not a ghost. Not the devil's tree.
The devil's tree. I mean,
it could be a devil's tree, just not the devil's tree.
It's not the devil's tree.
Yeah, but do you have people that gather around it?
No. There we go. Using the zoom feature here, getting across the lake. You can kind of see the faint outline of houses over there. And now here we are. We're going to walk down over to the beach to take some pictures. So I decided to, and this is great. I'm taking an old-timey movie of them taking pictures with their phones. So here they are kind of getting ready to set up and figure out how they're going to do these pictures. And Amanda wants leaves in the shots. So we're going to do some like throwing the leaves while taking the pictures there. So here's Steph and Gabby and Anier. There we go. Amanda, Chris, and Aiden, and the dogs. Onyx, Ethel, and Lucy.
So wait a minute. So how did you develop this one? I'm trying to pay attention.
With coffee. Yeah. With coffee.
Oh, so this is coffee reel.
This is a coffee one.
Decided to chance it.
Well, I tested the coffee on the other roll, so I decided I liked how the coffee came out better than the beer. So here they're going to post with the picture, and there we go. Took picture with the dogs. They got that one. Here's some more footage around the lake, and then we're going to get here the footage where we did the taking the pictures with the leaves being thrown into the frame. All right, so there we go. We got Amanda, Chris, and the dogs, and Gabby sitting on the bench there. Hanier's got some leaves. Aiden's going to go back there and distract the dogs, keep them looking at the camera while Steph takes the picture.
Wow, that's a lot of work. Why don't people just take pictures with the dogs?
And Hanier throws the leaves, and they take the picture.
What is all that? You sit there and take a freaking picture. How hard is this?
No, this was great because it gave me some great footage for the movie.
Oh my God! You know what when they put that Insta up, you sit there and you tag them on Instagram and say, "This is how it's been done." There
we go. There, Hanier's
behind the scenes
leaves picture. There we go.
Yeah, tell them on them.
There's a little Gabby and Steph and Aiden. And I basically only had a little bit of film left, and this part kind of somehow got, there we go, on the ground. So yeah, that's the Thanksgiving movie.
Wow, that's good.
You know what? It's not about getting professional quality or trying to get the best I can. I like
on camera with what you're trying to do.
I'm kind of getting what I can and appreciating the charm of it. It's I gotta say, I mean, that movie was charming.
How's your kitchen smell now, Gators?
What?
How's your kitchen smell? Is it any better now?
Like Fixer.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mod Pro writes in, Brian.
How do you know what Fixer smells like?
Well, because I didn't before this weekend.
Hang on.
Isn't that little dude that floats around on the screen?
No, that's one of the fluids for developing film is the Fixer.
Oh, I was thinking about the guy that looks like a little ATM that cruises
Not
around.
that Fixer.
Oh, man. That'd be cool if that's what you had.
That'd be cooler because that probably would not smell like...
That's true.
But
and Dandy'd be hanging out, so that'd be really cool.
Now, if I had Dandy hanging out in my kitchen...
With Fixer, that'd be awesome. There you go.
Yeah. Exactly. But I don't know where Brian ran off to. You know what?
Maybe you get some Fixer.
We know exactly where he ran off
I don't know
to.
where he is.
He went to the same
Taco
place. Yeah, he must have had the Taco Bell today.
Yeah, Mod Pro never used the Mod View thing before. That's really freaking cool.
Gators. Did you hear the news? Did you hear that Jack in the Box bought Del Taco today?
What?
Yeah. Jack in the Box bought
You
Del
know,
Taco.
I think there's a good chance I've never had Del Taco.
Ooh.
Like a really good chance because I've always wanted to get it and never have had the chance.
I want the Del Taco French fries at Jack in the Box. That's what I want.
Now, did Jack in the Box buy them so that they could actually put a decent taco on their menu,
No fries at taco places. No.
Oh, that's what Del Taco had awesome chicken rollers too. Those are pretty good. Or their little mini tacos. Those are pretty good. Or the little mini quesadillas I used to buy. I buy like 20 of those things. You sit there and take them home and just eat them. Like little flapjacks.
Warhawk wins.
Warhawk wins in.
You guys never did reply to my tweet about the Dell dude coming back. That was the best tweet 2 or 3 weeks ago. I had no idea the Dell dude was back.
I'm sorry, Twitter didn't give me the option for a thumbs up reply.
Am I the only person that missed the Dell dude?
Wait. Dude. Did you put be advised beforehand?
Please advise.
Please
advise.
No, are you serious? I thought the Dell dude was cool, man.
It's cool. I looked at that and I said okay, and then I went on about. I mean, that was cool. I just didn't know what to say back. I didn't have anything as cool to reply with.
He went to Verizon for a while, didn't he?
I was just sad that he got popped for weed and now it's like legal. Poor guy. He was just.
But yeah. Well, you know what? We need to find Whacked Out's Twitter account is what we need to do because he'll tweet back.
Yeah, he will.
I'm pretty sure he'll tweet back.
Oh, I'm thinking when he remembers about 2 or 3 months from now, he'll call again too.
I might have to forget to sign into Skype next week. No, I kid. We love you, Whacked Out, if you're listening, and if you're not.
Did it come up with just a phone number, or did it come up with a name?
It came with a phone number.
Well, would you please fix that then?
Fix that what?
Put a name on it.
Oh, I guess I could do that.
Yes, you
I?
can do that.
How do I do that?
I think you just right-click and
add to favorites, but I don't know if I want them to be a favorite.
I think there's a way to put a name on it.
View profile. Here we go.
Yeah,
view profile.
I've done that for
add contact. Add to contacts. Now, how do I put the name on? Oh, here we go. Edit button. Name. Whacked. Is that spelled with an H?
I have no idea, but make sure you put from 1984.
Whacked out.
That's
from
1984.
1984. There we go.
The book. I think he's talking about the book, by the way. Not
Sorry
just
about
the
that.
movie.
Yeah. That's okay.
Because Johnny, this way we can call him if we want to.
Yeah, we could. Now, Mod Pro wants to know. Is it Mod Pro wants to know? Yeah, Mod Pro wants to know. Brian, what's your favorite coffee?
I'm currently drinking Tully's.
Tully's isn't bad, actually. Tully's isn't bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tully, he was the monster on Sesame Street, right?
Right. What was he?
Yeah, Tully monster. Yeah.
He was cool. He was before
Yeah.
Elmo.
I remember there was an episode where Telly did something wrong, and he felt bad about it, so he confessed to it, and then he had to go home early.
Oh, poor Telly.
Well, that wasn't that bad considering, I guess,
Well.
Now, Mod Pro says, I drink double or French vanilla.
Oh.
Now, Mod Pro has no clue what that is. I don't know if Mod Pro has no clue what Telly Monster is or what Tully coffee is, but
Tully's is a brand. It's like by like Starbucks.
I've seen Tully's. Yeah,
Tully's is good.
Yeah, in fact, I think it's also out of Seattle.
That's why I think Mod Pro might be saying that about Telly Monster and not the Tully.
Got it.
All right. Well, on that note, it is past time here. Mod Pro does not know what Telly Monster is. Just you know what? We might have to go into overtime just to see if we can find any examples of Telly Monster on the YouTubes. Here we go. Elmo sleeps over at Telly's. So these dudes know each other.
Wait, Elmo's having a great time spending the night with Telly.
Yes, I am having a great time too, Elmo.
That's terrible.
I'm a little tired now, I guess.
And they're sharing.
Yes, so is Elmo.
This is an innocent
Let's go
sleepover.
to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good night, Elmo.
Good night, Telly.
What happens if you tell YouTube to pull it full screen?
I'd rather not.
Well, just see what happens. No guts, no glory.
Wow.
Do you still see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So apparently Telly Monster is a snorer, and Elmo is a light sleeper.
Telly.
Oh, we fell asleep before Telly. That's
Telly.
not good.
What?
Telly was snoring. Elmo can't sleep.
Oh, I'm sorry, Elmo. I didn't mean to snore. I didn't even know.
Yeah, no one gives a shit about Elmo, so fuck you. All right, so anyways, let's...
Quick, hit the buzzer, Dune.
Come on. Am I in a room with a bunch of Elmo fans? Really?
No.
Elmo to me is like everything that went wrong with Sesame Street, but then again, there was no Elmo when I grew up on Sesame Street.
You grew up on Sesame Street.
Well, I was parked in front of the TV watching Sesame Street every day, but
sure.
Up till I graduated college.
I was actually a little too old for that. See, my only thing is, I knew that having Sesame Street on meant that Doctor Who was next.
There you go.
On Sunday morning.
Wow.
So the tune from, the closing tune for Sesame Street always seemed like Doctor Who.
I see. So
because in fact we would record it, right? But it would start off with the closing music of Sesame Street. So every time you're watching a Doctor Who, you get the Sesame Street music at the beginning.
So Mappa wrote, I'm in Canada, I don't know your American things, and then said, ouch, to my comments about not caring about Elmo, because Mapro loves Elmo. My nephew tries to kill Elmo every time Elmo's on TV. Or his toy Elmo. My brother threw his toy Elmo out in the garbage.
Dude, you know how much those were worth at one point?
It wasn't the Sing and Snore ones. No, that's Ernie that was Sing and Snore. It wasn't the Tickle Me Elmo. It was just the standard no laugh Elmo before there was a Tickle Me Elmo.
Okay.
And my brother outgrew it and he threw it out. And my mom saw the garbage man pull it out from the garbage and put it on the truck next to her.
You know what?
Oh, that's the advantage of that job.
It's all good. He recycled it.
So
the garbage man probably sold it on eBay for $1,000.
Probably.
Well, according to my brother, it had holes in its head. So
I have a question about this.
Maybe the garbage man liked it.
I have a question about the holes. Why was there a hole in his head?
Oh,
Do we want to know?
It was an old plushy doll that just wore out. I'm thinking.
So, talking about old stuff, did you see the mention of the strawberry iMac?
What about the strawberry iMac?
I posted it in the text, man. Aren't you watching that? And then the link to the article.
Okay.
this iMac, the Wikipedia co-founder, is to auction off his first ever wiki edit as an NFT along with the Strawberry iMac.
Wow.
Wikipedia co-founder auction of his first ever wiki along with the Strawberry iMac. Okay.
Gators,
All
why
right.
don't you have each color of the iMac yet?
Because that'd be
the thing
stupid.
is I'd be curious to see how, and I think I don't know when this auction went.
Yeah.
It's a slot loader.
Uh-huh.
So it's a later revision, but it's before, it's when it's the first round of slot loaders because it's still the first types, the flavor colors. So it's a strawberry, which were also known as pink. I don't know how popular the pink ones were. That'll be interesting.
Well, the interesting thing, because of the history of this one, it would be interesting to see how much that auction goes for.
It could be interesting to see. Mm-hmm. Is there a link to the actual auction, though?
I was just looking at that. I didn't see one.
Yeah, he didn't even put a link to the auction on this art. This isn't a very good
stupid article.
Oh, wait, there's a link in the tweet that goes to something, that goes to the page about it. Maybe this page has a link. No,
it's on Christie's.
Rerunning history, first Wikipedia edit to be sold as an NFT. Hello World was the first edit Wikipedia co-founder Jimmy Wales made to the site. Okay. I still don't see a link to the auction. Unless it's not being auctioned on eBay, it's being auction at like an auction house.
Christie's.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. For some reason, I filled in eBay in my head. No. This is, one bottle of the head. How did it sold? That was my attempt on the spot of sounding like an auctioneer.
Or watching baseball. Well, the two. Which they both sound about right. It's okay.
So on that note, apparently there's a poll going.
There's a poll.
Yeah, I saw it.
Do I get?
But also, let's complete the thought here.
Okay.
This is sold as an NFT, non-fungible token, which means you actually don't get the device.
What? That's BS.
I have somebody if it'll let me start the raid.
It's like Bitcoin,
I don't understand. You buy the iMac, but you don't get the iMac. This is the
latest thing. This is as useful as Bitcoin at the beginning. NFT is a brand new thing.
I've heard of NFTs, and I understand it has something to do with trading stuff, but now this whole idea of I'm going to sell my computer, but I'm not going to send it to you. Fuck no. If I bought it, you're giving me that damn thing, and I'll take you to court for it. I want
my strawberry computer.
Whoever wins this auction, I want to see them take this to court and demand delivery of the iMac. Because if they own it, then they own it, and then they should be able to demand delivery or be able to pick up or whatever.
I haven't hit the button yet. I don't know if it'll let me do it.
Well, here's an article that we got to do what we learned first, and we got to finish this topic first.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's nothing like an explosion of blockchain news to leave you thinking, what's going on here? That's a feeling I've experienced while reading about Grimes getting millions of dollars for an NFT or about Nyan Cat being sold as one. So I think NFTs are typically being attached to non-tangible things. And I can kind of understand. It's still bullshit, but it's like, hey, you own this concept and you could resell this concept. And so it's a way to basically bullshit people into giving you money. But while being within
and here's the thing.
Illegal.
It might be good with charity auctions.
Well, no, I think a good charity auction is
really
just
doing is sending money to the charity.
Well, you know what? You don't need bullshit to get money to charity. You just
run a
need
a charity auction. The bullshit would be better than what we made off of.
Yeah, but a charity auction actually has tangible things people are bidding on, and then also there's tax breaks that helps. But anyways, NFT getting to the point of here's a physical object. I'm auctioning it as an NFT. You own the object, but I'm going to keep the object and not send it to you. That right there says all I need to know about NFTs. It's like, oh, okay, you've taken this far enough to prove the concept is complete bullshit and a scam. Got it. Please let this thing die out soon, because it makes my brain hurt when people keep buying into this stupid shit. Wait a minute. It's a slot loader, but it has a round mouse. That's not the right. That's not the original mouse. The slot loaders came with laser mice. I'm pretty sure.
That's like a scam.
I don't think that's the right mouse. I'm pretty sure by the time they went to slot loaders, they went to the optical. I don't think they did the round mouse. Maybe the earliest slot loaders did. I don't know. I'm not the expert, but that's not been my observation. But that's get me off this topic. We're done with this show called
Insert Title here.
But we do try to be educational here. So Dune, what have you learned here tonight?
As I pull the microphone back over, I've learned that Damon still has not won. That's what I've learned.
All right, Mars, what have you learned?
We still have a caller out there.
Mars, what have you learned tonight?
I've learned that Whacked Out has saved us from the meteorite from 2012, and we all have to give him thanks.
Absolutely. What a guy.
Yes.
What a guy. Even though I had a hard time trying to figure out what he was saying.
And Brian, what have you learned?
That coffee works as a developer, and it's great.
Amazing.
I'd be very tempted.
I feel like Brian is being honest. That's amazing. And Dune's being sarcastic.
No, it is. I didn't expect it to work that good. I said amazing. I left the A out.
Well, and I mean, the test you did was expired film, right?
Yeah, long expired film that's not been kept in the fridge.
Yeah, and Folgers.
Well, and you bought it 20 years ago when it was already expired.
It was already expired 10 years when I bought it 20 years ago.
And on that side note, too, we can now say we are currently looking for Trey Dog, and we got our best man on it.
And I have learned that we need to start checking prisons for Trey Dog.
Yes.
So that's maybe why we've not been able to find him.
That was the big hint that he made. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing.
And we found out Folgers is actually good for something.
Yes. Although,
should we actually have mentioned venison to him?
I thought about it, but I was afraid he might screw it up even worse.
I don't.
Yeah.
Well, Whacked Out was more like he was talking about Damon and Liam. He wasn't really interested in our show. He's just like, oh, it's gators.
Yeah. Well, but he recognized your name, right?
Right.
Well, because Johnny did the show with me for so long.
He would have known the name, but
didn't Venison have his own show on NHP for some?
Well, he had his own show on Wild Bunch and
TBR. HKC, Test Pattern Radio.
He never had his own show on NHB.
And Wild Bunch. No.
He had his own show everywhere but NHB.
Yeah. But and I certainly wasn't going to bring that up. I thought, well, that might.
But you know who we're going to raid? Who I just saw pop up on the bottom of the list here. We're going to raid. I think we have a good partnership, friendship going with this person. We need to keep raiding her when we can. Olivia Pileggi has gone live.
Wicked.
And she always puts on a good stream. And she's up and coming. She's always kind of down there with the lower listed accounts. And she's someone out there that needs to be bringing in more viewers because she has got it. And so I'm
with Olivia. I agree.
I am keeping an eye on that Twitch account to watch it rise further up the views there because she should be pulling in the hundreds at least. I don't understand it why I always see her kind of lingering around the bottom of my list there with the single or double digits. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to rate Olivia.
And she does seem to promote her stuff on.
Well,
I think it's on Twitch. I
I think she has her own
She has stuff
website.
on YouTube, and she has stuff on. Has on a website.
She's a
Twitter,
professional.
I think.
Yeah.
She's a professional. She does performance. So I think this is just this is just things to add to her thing that she's already got going that she's already doing. I don't know. We might have to reach out to her and get her on the Dune and Johnny show for a Twitch Find feature. I think she would be very personable and a very good person.
We probably ought to do something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that would be a good idea.
All right, so we're going to go ahead.
Say, hey, you can pop in for 10, 15 minutes or whatever you can, and and talk about what you do.
Beer and crumpets. There we go. All right, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to rate Olivia. Tell her we said hi, and we'll be over there too. Oh, wow, we're actually getting 4 viewers over there. We actually got a somewhat decent raid.
Yeah,
okay.
Cool.
Good night.
All right, we'll see you.
And I rated a starting soon screen with a 4.5 minute countdown.
Oh, no.
Well, maybe she'll see us and she'll go, oh, well, I got to start now.
We can hang tight.
I'm going to put we wait.
I'm going to type watching the clock.
That's right.
Woohoo.
All about the duck. Oh God.
All right, that was a good show.
You don't get to change the thing unless you have multiple. You're not going to sign in.
Wow, I haven't heard him in a while.